to examine pedestrian safety and compliance with designated crossing facilities, which are currently underdeveloped in many urban plans. And the study also analyzed the critical gap acceptance, which is the time intervals pedestrians deem safe for crossing. Okay, the objective of this study is to assess the pedestrian compliance with crossing facilities, the designated crossing facilities, and to analyze gap acceptance behavior while engaging in jaywalking. For that, gap acceptance behavior is for the non-compliance pedestrian. Okay, the flow of the methodology, we start from the prelim work, literature study and site visit to the Malacca World Heritage Site. And then you can see the right is the Malacca O-Mile roundabout. Okay, Malacca 0 mile, sorry, 0 mile roundabout. Okay, so if you can see, there is several zebra crossing, the yellow zebra crossing allocated, designated there. We label it as C1, C2, C3, and C4. So for data acquisition, we did the pedestrian count, okay, for the compliance, and then the gap measurement for the non-compliance. You can see, for example, this pedestrian is not, this is non-compliance pedestrian because they're not using the designated zebra crossing. So if they crossing over here, so this will be one of our data point for gap measurement. And then for data analysis, we have the simple compliance analysis, and then the gap acceptance analysis using the maximum likelihood method. There's many methods, but we use the gap maximum likelihood method. Okay, so to obtain the data, we have to do the video. We have to videotape the. We have to record the video first. So we use the CountCam 3 Plus. Chosen for its suitability and ability to record for extended durations. And as you can see, this equipment was positioned in the parking area. Then the entrance of Stardust building on the first floor with the approval of PERZIM, Pembadanan Museum Malacca, because we have our friend there, Dr. Ashraf, as the director of Kasturi. Okay, this is a methodology for gap acceptance. Okay, so gap acceptance was analyzed for pedestrian, especially non-compliant pedestrian, to determine the minimum gap accepted by all pedestrians while crossing. This is one of the examples. Okay, you can see the first image is the pedestrian is observed waiting to cross. You have to zoom it. Okay, waiting to cross the street, not at the designated zebra crossing. Okay, so the pedestrian reject the first gap. Okay, this is the first gap. Okay, at 10:50:34 seconds. And then the next picture, the first rejected gap is calculated when the rear of this car, okay, the first car pass the point where the pedestrian standing. So we just take it as just turn on the stopwatch, and then when the front of the second car, okay, crossing the point, so we take the time. The time is the gap measurement. So this is the first gap that the pedestrian rejected. So normally we have several gaps that have been rejected, but in to take it as a data point, we will take into account the largest rejected gap. And then of course, lastly, there will be an accepted gap. Okay. C is the second rejected gap, and D, the pedestrian already crossed. So they have the we have the what we call the accepted gap. So two rejected gap and one accepted gap. Well, we consider only the largest rejected gap to be put in the analysis. So this is the results of compliance analysis. Okay, we have C1, C2, C3, and C4. So we can see the compliance rate. Okay, the C1 zebra crossing is around 26%, and the combination of C2 and C4, we have 33.8%, and C4 and C2 and C4, which is directly from here to here. So the compliance rate is the highest with 84%. Okay, the compliance was discovered to be more significant in the morning, associated with lighter traffic and increased signs of consciousness. However, in the evening, compliance decreased potentially because of the hurried pace and the exhaustion experienced at the end of the day. And this is the gap set analysis using the maximum likelihood method. So these are the table is the example, only 10 data. Actually, we have more than 10 data. We have more than 30 data actually to be analyzed. So the accepted gap is put here on the second column, and the largest rejected gap is put here in the 8th column, and other part by part analysis in order to get the accepted largest rejected gap. And from this table, we develop this graph cumulative distribution function of accepted gap and the largest rejected for pedestrian in order to determine the critical gap. Okay, the accepted and rejected values, the accepted and rejected values were 7.4 and 3.2 seconds, respectively, obtained from the cumulative function of 0.5. This is 0.5 cumulative function. The additional data required for the calculation, we need the data volume at the major road, the mean value, and the standard deviation we get from this table. Okay, and the volume we get is 0.372 vehicles per second, and the mean standard deviation values is 5.7 and 2.1 seconds respectively. And the study determined the critical gap value for pedestrian was 3.7 seconds. So with the data, with the information we have, several recommendations were suggested. The first is enhance the compliance through infrastructure improvement, implement traffic calming measures, address peak hour safety concerns, improve pedestrian crossing accessibility, educate and raise awareness, leverage technology for monitoring and enforcement. So these are the concluding remarks for this paper, this study. The study successfully achieved its objective by determining pedestrian compliance rate and critical gap of values at the Malacca 0-mile roundabout. The key findings, the compliance rate varied significantly, 84% compliance at the crossing of C3 and C4, and lower compliance at C1 and C2 combined with C3 crossing, and 7.4 seconds was the average accepted gaps, while the critical gap was 3.7 seconds. And improve infrastructure, implement traffic calming measures, enhance safety protocols, raise public awareness, and utilize technology for monitoring and enforcement are the recommendation for this study. For that, I write my presentation. Thank you. I open for the, I now would like to open the floor for any question. I already exceeded 10 minutes. Any question, guys? Waalaikumsalam warahmatullah. Macam ni kita collect data macam ni ya. Dia Dia pakai video ya, video recorder. Kita record video, and then of course dia punya cabaran dia ialah uh, the non-compliant pedestrian ni dia ikut suka dia lah, dia nak lintas kat mana. So kadang-kadang kita dapat data dekat sini, kadang-kadang kita dapat data di sana dan di sini kan. Yang penting kita capture yang non-compliant, because bila dia tidak menggunakan zebra crossing, designated zebra crossing, dia memerlukan judgement dia untuk melintas lah. And that's why dia kena tengoklah gap yang ada, apa gap yang dia reject, apa dan gap apa yang dia boleh terima. Of course the last, bila dah tak ada kereta tu biasanya dia akan lintas lah, dan kemudian datanglah kemudian kereta yang last kali tu kita consider sebagai accepted gap lah. And then kita punya analysis menggunakan maximum likelihood method. So ada lagi sebenarnya, ada banyak macam method, RAM method dan sebagainya, but honestly cakap kita just familiar with the maximum likelihood method. And then kalau kita tengok dalam literature pun ramai yang suggest maximum likelihood method lah untuk kita buat analisis kepada critical. Actually saya rasa kita tak perlu pun sampai critical gap, but then since kita dah ada data accepted and rejected, so we just analyze the critical gap. Because kalau dalam traffic, kalau for unsignal intersection, critical gap digunakan untuk kita menentukan capacity, sort of like that, critical gap and follow up time. But since kita dah ada data gap and larger gap, so kita just proceed lah dengan mendapatkan critical gap tu. Sampel untuk get acceptance saya lupa, tapi more than 30 lah. Because very sangat susah lah untuk mendapatkan data non-compliance ni. Dia kadang-kadang dia terus lah. Tapi sebab kita ada beberapa hari punya video. Ya, video. Yang memang sakit sikit student yang buat. No, not less than 30, more than 30. More than 30. Oh, no. Kita manually inilah, guna Excel saja.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Excel
All
je.
right. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Terima kasih. Okay, tanya.
Crossing facility safely lah kan. We enhance with attractive technological approach and many angle lah kan. Because it's very critical lah. Kita tengok mana-mana pun behavior driving dekat Malaysia ni dia agresif. So somehow memang kita akan dapat gap critical yang sangat critical, even cannot accepted pun critical gap kita tu.
Yeah.
So what can we do for this particular crucial issue?
Ini first time saya menggunakan analisis ni untuk pedestrian, first time. Sebab saya punya master dulu, kajian dulu memang menggunakan unsignal intersection, untuk unsignal intersection. So first time cuba untuk buat untuk pedestrian. Memang kita even mana-mana pun sama ada motoris, sama ada for an unsignal intersection ataupun untuk pedestrian, nampaknya memang critical gap dia memang sangat rendah. And then but then yang peliknya saya cuba mencari perkataan keyword agresif tu, tak ada siapa pun yang mention kita ada agresif punya our apa nama driver kita ada aggressive behavior. Tapi pedestrian of course dia first time lah buat kan. Nak kata aggressive behavior untuk pedestrian tak adalah. Kalau untuk untuk drivers ni cuba cari perkataan tu juga aggressive behavior tapi tak jumpa. Tapi memang critical gap memang rendah. Compare to other countries, dalam standard dalam US standard sebagainya memang critical gap dia memang tinggi. But somehow maybe kemungkinan dia mengambil kira juga factor of safety lah, which is kita tak include dalam kita punya calculation agaknya. Untuk menyelesaikan masalah ni memang ini mungkin ini adalah behavior punya problem lah. So if you know how to handle the behavior, maybe kita kena ni lah provide kalau kita provide jalan yang besar dan lurus, of course orang akan drive laju-laju kan. So kalau kita bukan kita kata kita nak kecilkan jalan ataupun burukkan permukaan jalan, tapi somehow that is mungkin boleh consider lah. Dia menjadikan dia self-regulated punya self-regulated kepada behavior lah jadi orang. Tapi sepatutnya kalau ada kawasan macam ni, pelancongan ni, dia menggunakan interlocking. Sepatutnya orang tak boleh drive laju lah. Tapi macam mana pun dah behavior macam tu kan.
Yalah,
Kita
dia sebab kita ni confuse antara dua Malaysia ni banyak aggressive driver. Yang betul kita praktis sebetul-betulnya dalam kultur KSM memandu tu, tak mana-mana pun. Dia latih kita menjadi to be defensive driver, not aggressive driver. But most of the study showing our behavior Malaysian driver ni dia more aggressive driver, not defensive. Itu isu je tu je keselamatan.
Tapi saya cari juga tu, kita cari juga perkataan aggressive driver, memang tak ada seorang pun berani mention dalam
dia sebab dia contradict sebab dia claim, kebanyakan claim dia tu defensive driving.
Okay.
Dia bila kalau kita kata are you aggressive driver, dia takkan reveal. Dia rasa dia defensive, padahal dia agresif. Tengoklah dengan tak bagi segenanya macam-macam.
Ya, betul. Okey, ada lagi soalan? Kita nak bagi laluan kepada second presenter. Ada lagi soalan? Dr. Din, okey? Okay. Right. Let me check the second presenter. Yeah. So the second paper is the risk assessment. Analysis of non-motorized vehicle users on social, economic, and cultural characteristics relating to transport mode system integration. The authors are A.V. Puspitasari, Fajar Sosilowati, and Desti Aviani from Tidar University, Magelang. Is there any presenter for this paper? Okay. Okay, all right. Okay.
unique setting of Magelang as a small city in Indonesia and explores how social, economic, and cultural factors influence NMT usage and the integration of transport modes. This research seeks to offer insight for better infrastructure and policy development. Ladies and gentlemen, in this study, we review technical, economic, cultural, and social aspects as a comprehensive NMT facilities analysis. Data collection included field surveys to assess pedestrian and cyclist infrastructure conditions and inventory supporting facilities. We also conducting questionnaires to understand the social and cultural impacts and the effects of NMT on local business. Our research focused on 4 streets in Magelang, such as Pahlawan, Tidar, Tentara Pelajar, and Pemuda streets, chosen for their dedicated MT lanes. We use descriptive analysis with graph and tables and mapping to evaluate the infrastructure and integration with the public transport system in Magelang. In the economic and social impacts, like the effect on business and community activities, were also analyzed. Let's see, we also followed the Indonesian regulation of transport and traffic and safety standards. The result divided into 4 chapters, and the first one is the existing condition of NMT facilities. We conducted inventory surveys to conduct this analysis, and we assessed the condition of the sidewalls on both sides of each street. For instance, on Pemuda Street, the right sidewalk is 2.5 meters with the ceramic materials, while left side is 6 meters wide. Made of both ceramics and paving block, and similar measurement and material assessment were taken on other streets. We note damage such as broken tiles, missing section, and sidewalk blocked by trees. We also survey the supporting infrastructures, including seating, lighting, trash can, and so on. In conclusion, our findings show that while infrastructure is generally in good condition, certain areas need repairs and improvement to better support of NMT users. This one is the samples of the inventory surveys that we took on the Pemuda streets. Then our surveys focus on identifying the supply and demand points for NMT users based on their daily experience. This conducted following the regulator of the Ministry of Public Works in Indonesia, which provide guidelines for pedestrian and infrastructure in urban area. We found the supply points and are primarily from homes, but also include a place of worship like masjid and church, and recreational areas such as parks and shopping mall. On the demand side, people often travel to parks, school, markets, and city centers. Our finding indicate a strong community focus on religious, social, and leisure activities, and this suggests that urban planning should prioritize. Should prioritize these key points to support the sustainable and cohesive NMT network to improve the quality life of the residents. And for the economic perspective, we found that from the survey, NMT users with predominantly in the 16 as until 45 years old are students, and a majority of them earn less than 2 million rupiah per month, classifying them as low income. And then the figure also illustrate that the frequency of the NMT usage where most respondents walk or cycle more than 5 times a week and regularly use the sidewalk and bicycle lane. The economic perspective assess how user the economic aspect, focusing on the percent of the street vendors, storefronts, and supporting infrastructures impact on user experience and local business. From the figure, we can see that 33% of users are comfortable with the cars near MMT infrastructure, while 40% feel discomfort with the street vendors. This suggests the potential challenge for business as discomfort may reduce foot traffic and negatively affect sales, even though vendors can support the local economy. And then for the cultural aspect, we found that the most user emphasize the importance of maintaining green open spaces and sitting along the road. These elements are seen as crucial for preserving the cultural atmosphere in this area. However, this is notable that the satisfaction with the disability facility, as the chart indicates, that 43 of users find this facility less satisfying. Then, for the social aspect, we can see that 57 of percent of user only walk or cycle, while 27% transfer to private vehicles and other use public transport. The majority of the respondent walk and or cycle with a friend that point it interestingly. Well, rest of them, 23% are alone. This indicates that NMT facilities have the potential to foster the social interactions, as many users share this activity with others, enhancing the community experiences. For the safety aspect and the development of an MT facility, we can see that most users feel safe when crossing the road. However, some still unsafe due to the high speeds of the motorcycles and when the motorcycle use the sidewalks and the limited number of pelican crossing. Road conditions were generally rated as good with smooth surface and minimal hazards. In the term of user expectation, users prioritize reducing air pollution with 40%, citing it as the top of the priority. Other highlights the need for better road user interaction, social interaction, and improved connectivity to the public transport. This slide presents the result of our mode integration system and public transport survey, focusing on stop locations, transit points, and integration points along Pemuda, Tidar, Tentara Pelajar, and Pahlawan Street. The key finding shown that Pemuda Street lacks stop facility and bicycle parking, while existing stops on Tidar, Tentara Pelajar, and Pahlawan Streets are underutilized and provide little comfort to users. So, in summary, our study highlights several key points. First, sidewalk and slow lane infrastructure on Pemuda, Tidar, Tentara Pelajar, and Pahlawan streets show significant damage that needs repair. Well, basic facilities like seating and lights exist, they require better replacement to serve user more effectively. For NMT facility development, widening sidewalk on Tidar, Tentara Pelajar, and Pahlawan Street is necessary, along with adding ramps, trash can, lighting, and bicycle lanes. In terms of mode integration, we recommend adding 3 stops on Pemuda streets and improving stop on other with 200 until 400 meter intervals to align with land use patterns. From user perspective, 40% of the respondents prioritize reducing air pollution, while others emphasize need for better recreational spaces and public transport access. To address these needs, we suggest incentivizing business to maintain clear storefronts, adding traffic calming measures for pedestrian safety, and using GIS tools to plan and assess future NMT infrastructure. Further research is needed to optimize the NMT public transport integration, focusing on spatial alignment and user convenience. That's all for my presentation today. Thank you for your participation. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Continue the master, so I presented inspector. Okay, the title is Pedestrian Safety During Road Construction Works Along Federal Routes F050. So currently we do have this so-called problem upgrade system or upgrade divider from undivided to divided facilities. So the content for my presentations, background problem, methodology, results, concluding remarks and accomplishments. So as a background, we know the road constructions involve many infrastructure development, maintenance, within both urban and rural areas. Okay, within these routines, they may expand and extend in terms of the work area, safety, and also benefit to catalyze the economic developments as well. However, during this construction, we do have so-called traffic concern, especially for pedestrian activities. Okay, this is how the construction look like. They put some normal barrier, safety signages, but I do not put the appearance of the pedestrian activities because we cannot reveal, especially their faces and their appearance. Quite sensitive, cannot. So we just show the condition. Okay, a problem, as I mentioned, a construction zone, dynamic environment, whereas coexistent worker, machinery, delivery barrier, traffic training pattern, complex interactions, motorized, so-called many guidance, barrier, arrow, fragment, rituals, the separators, a lot of things. Although we have the MP, traffic management plan, but still it's not really well practicing during the work zone activity. Okay, this again, how the reality in the construction areas. I don't know how safety the president when they going to cross the road or sidewalking. Okay, the objective of the study to determine pedestrian perception safety walking along federal road by Raja Tempat. Okay, to analyze correlation between pedestrian behavior and their safety perception along this road. Okay, we create survey methods using questionnaire, working behavior questionnaires from October 2020, and we convert into language to face-to-face, and some part of them we use online, but we carry the QR code, not disseminate or blast through WhatsApp, through Telegram. No. We bring the QR code, they scan the QR code, they're answering their phone. And some of them we give a hard copy. Three-part questionnaire, demographic, part A, part B, prescription safety, and part C, their behaviors of safety. Okay, the location, Raja, specifically this particular area. Okay, this our main campus, University of Malaysia. So starting from this point until these areas, along 7 kilometers, this very heavily construction and massive construction, massive projection every day and complete. We can see a lot of accident happen every day. Okay, we only about 150 respondents because we have very short time period. PSM and FYP, they have very short period within only 1 month to gather the data. If a master program or PhD, maybe we can get more respondents. Okay, respondent involve residents and also the local community and maybe the temporary the renter, the housing areas, and commute daily activities. Some from the student and local workers. Okay, we use SPSS and forest industry. So here is the result from the questionnaire analysis or questionnaire instruments. We find that all the part B and part C comply with the reliability analysis, which is common value greater than 0.7 or 0.6. And this is the demographic of our respondents, typically male and female, male more have working activities compared to the female, and the average below 25. We just separate quite simple, below 25, we assume they are teenage or teenage, and 25 to 60, partly over teenager entering adult, and over 65 is elderly. Okay, employment, most of them are employed, some of them are employed, maybe some of them are students, and most is a resident, permanent resident, and others is temporary, the student and the renter. And the health condition is mean the physical themselves, how they can walk, whether they use any assistance for walking, but most of them are healthy and able to walk. Some of them unwell, need something to carry to have their walking. Okay, walking distance less than 1 kilometer to go to their origin destinations, walking area or to the place they want to walk, and 1/3 of them able to walk more than 1 kilometer. But surprisingly, walking distance willingness study in Malaysia only 400 to 500 meters. Willing distance, walking distance. If you compare to African country, they can willingness to walk within 10 to 15 kilometers. We in Malaysia, we able walking willingness within 400 to 500. So those who can walk over 1 kilometer is good. You might be healthier. Okay, walking purpose going to work and other. Okay, in terms of the scoring, we can see we use Likert scale 1 to 5. 5 is good, 1 is not good, or 1 is not really 5. So everything is low, which means the condition is not so good in terms of the behavior of pedestrian. Some might avoid, some might not avoid, but they feel very distracted during that particular activity or. Okay, in terms of the correlation, we found everything literally correlate, except for this avoiding behavior, because some of them can tolerate, tolerate with the condition, but they insist to use that particular area to cross sidewalk because they need, but some of them cannot tolerate that. But of course they feel distracted. That's why you find this avoiding behavior is not really corrected with this so-called parameter, but the others is correlated. Okay, as the conclusion, major effect, this analysis indicate the overall perception of pedestrian safety and convenience in the road construction areas. When they are upgrading the road, they widen the road to construct the divider and making U-turn facilities. So the score mean is quite low in the safety aspect. This highlighted significant concern among pedestrians regarding safety and convenience facilities in these areas. The perception safety and convenience decrease, pedestrians more likely exhibit avoiding behavior. So pedestrians tend to navigate away from perceived hazard, indicating need better safety measure in this particular road zone areas. By right, we have the law, act, and so-called clause practicing to ensure pedestrian safety regarding the MP practices. But I don't know, maybe the enforcement or the supervision maybe lessen or not quite tight. Okay, I would like to acknowledge this particular study, especially for Registrar Office sponsoring the fees for this particular event, and also the Faculty of Civil Engineering and Built Environments to support this study. So I do the Mr. Environmental Engineering, actually Built Environment. Okay, and Smart Urban User Center support and providing facilities to complete study. Okay, that's all from me. Thank you. If you have any question, okay, I can assist for any question. Thank you.
Apa pemilihan respondents tu berlaku, macam mana nak to make sure that the respondent tu memang mereka adalah orang-orang yang terlibat atau yang menggunakan, yang menjadi pejalan kaki lah. That
is why in my presentation we reveal the demography. Again, the demography for this particular guy. This one. Okay, permanent resident is 77 and temporary is in terms of percent. Okay, because we go by face to face. So I'm always encourage my student, when you conduct questionnaire, you have to go to the site, go to the lapangan, go to the site, face the correct people, the target people. If you want to study about motorcyclists, you have to study about a car driver, pedestrian, that's my way to ensure the right respondent. Even during the COVID, when we cannot go outside, we still use Google Form, but we put the tagging into tag from where that particular respondent comes from. So we can control it's not from anywhere or somewhere else. That our style.
So kebanyakannya ada physical questionnaire or online?
Most are physical. Some of them are not really online, physical, but we use
Oh,
QR.
no, online. Google Google Form is it?
Google Form. I think less than 40%. Most physical. So I want to train my student go and collect the data about it. But still struggle to get 150 because
Yeah, boss.
nobody want to give cooperation.
Struggle, eh? Okay, any more question? If there is no other question, I would like to thank our Assistant Professor Dr. Muhammad Amba for your presentation. And so we go for the next presenters. Sorry, next presenter. Next presentation is the risk assessment on the motorcycle lane of Butterworth Kulim Expressway, BKE, a high ride method. I think Tuan Haji Abdul Ahmad Rakib will present this, or your student. Okay, please welcome.
Long time no see, yeah, Mr. Wansani. Okay. So MUTRFC memang actually kenangan. I present paper di sini tu more than 20 years ago lah, when I did my master's kan. Okay, so I'll try to share sekarang, share screen one. Okay. Smart. Thank you. Sorry. Okay, boleh nampak? Okay, you can see this. Okay. Tak tahu nak buat. Okay. Okay. Today is my presentation. Okay, actually this is my student, 20 years student. So they are doing the PSM project. Okay, the title is risk assessment on the motorcycle lane of Butterworth Kulim Expressway, highlight method. So okay, I introduce myself. My name is Ahmad Rakib. Okay, from UTSM. Okay, actually, this site, this study is on an exclusive motorcycle lane. Okay, for introduction, okay, implementing dedicated motorcycle lane has been proposed as a potential solution. Okay, especially for the road accidents. Okay, however, ongoing debate persists regarding the actual effectiveness of these lanes in enhancing road safety. Okay, while proponents argue that segregated lanes, okay, so this is a segregated exclusive motorcycle lanes, okay, can reduce collision risk. Critics contest that this segregation might lead to a false sense of security and encourage risky behaviors. Actually, the experts said that this exclusive motorcycle lane will already reduce 40% of road accidents. Okay, therefore, the study primarily focuses on assessing risk within the BKE motorcycle lane. If I'm not mistaken, actually only this expressway, only provide exclusive motorcycle lane, whereas the other one is a federal highway. Aiming to discern the impact on overall safety for motorcyclists. Okay, so one researcher found that Malaysian expressway witnessed more fatal motorcycle accident and in data in 22,000 of accidents. Okay, about 500,000. Okay, and including 5,600 fatal cases. Okay, resulting 6,000 deaths. But from 6,000 deaths, okay, 4,000 2/3. Okay, 2/3 is involving motorcyclists, rider and pillions, including rider and pillions. Okay, these alarming figures highlight the need for focused intervention to improve motorcycle safety and reduce fatal crashes on Malaysian expressway lanes. Okay, such data in the underscore and the hazard faced by motorcycle riders. So the study will use a hazard identification, risk analysis, and risk control method. Okay, assessing risk, the BKE on motorcycle lane aims to enhance overall safety for riders. Okay, so this is a hazard method. So for the risk, we will use there's a simple mathematics, likelihood for severity. Actually, likelihood ni use accident data, and severity is a type of accidents. Okay, I'll go to the table. That's how we give the risk score for high, medium, and low regarding on the number of the risks. Okay, so 1 to 4 is low, and 15 to 25 is high. Okay, for this study, we use a fatal 4, serious 3, minor 2, and negligible 1. So this is a type of maybe type of accident. When we have a fatal, we will put the 4. Sorry. So catastrophic is out of a score. Tidak dikira, just 4 to 1. Okay, so likelihood, when we multiply this one, likelihood, severity, so we can swap. So the result, actually, I go to the very fast presentation. Okay, west and east. Okay, about 20 kilometers, tak sampai 17 kilometers. Okay, so actually we get we just pull out 5 major factors type of collision. Actually the major one is out of control. So out of control, actually both direction have highest one, out of control. So hazard identification, actually, because of slippery road, jalan licin, pavement, pothole or cracks, and uneven road surfaces. I also have a factor of dark without street lighting. When my student went to the field, tidak ada lampu. Actually, we go to kilometer by kilometer. Okay, that's why this. Okay, this one, apa yang saya katakan, by type of severity, and fatal, serious, and minor, and no injury. So kalau you tengok sini, the part of control is the major one, but for the fatal one is because of rear collision. So rear collision ni, kalau kita tengok, actually dia sama je trend dia, actually west and east, same trend, lebih kurang. Okay. Rear collision ni mungkin disebabkan apa, because of parked vehicles, illegal parked vehicles, kendaraan penyelenggara, I'm not sure, because this is the segregated motorcycle lane, the exclusive, and then because of lack of road marking, dark without street lighting, and overspeeding. Ni antara sebab dia lah. Okay, once kita guna we use this formula, so we can rank. Actually, sorry lah, ni kecil, saya pun tak sempat nak apa ni, tak besarkan dia. Apalah saya nampak. Okay, tak mahu you tak nampak. Okay. So actually we have a medium and low sahaja lah. So ini kalau tengok saya dah on location by kilometer lah. So kita boleh tengok dia punya ni. So dia high tak ada lah. So sama juga untuk west, ini untuk east, ini untuk west kan. Dia sama je. So kalau kita tengok dia punya trend dia sama je kan. Cuba kilometer, kita susun kilometer, kita go to kilometer from kilometer 6 to kilometer apa 20 to 21 lah. Kilometer 21. This one 2 to 20 to 20 21 kilometer. Kilometer 20 to kilometer 21. So paling tinggi pun actually the highest one only score 9 lah, tak nampak. Sorry. Dan paling tinggi pun 9 lah. Itu yang lain tu okay, so daripada sini kita boleh buat boleh discuss that the study on the BKEs, okay, motorcycle lane use the hand method to identify critical area and collision type. Okay, providing a detailed list profile for prioritizing safety measures. Okay. The HERAC analysis identified varied risk level in both response and response. The recommendation include intervention in low and medium risk segment, addressing issues such as lane width, lighting, and road surface conditions. Okay, surprisingly, high risk segment reported no incident. Not the case. Okay, both direction emphasize targeted improvement in specific location range. Okay, focusing on infrastructure, visibility, and collision types. Okay, allocating effective for sustained road safety enhancement is crucial. Okay, critical measures like infrastructure enhancement, okay, improve lighting, pavement maintenance, and addressing road furniture deficiencies are imperative for creating a safer environment for motorcyclists. Okay, for conclusion, okay, the study provides a holistic understanding of the motorcycle lanes safety landscape on the BKE and Batawa School Expressway. Improvements, awareness initiative, and targeted measures to mitigate risk identified through systematic analysis. Okay. The findings provide a comprehensive understanding of the motorcycle lanes safety landscape, emphasizing the need for interventions like infrastructure improvement, awareness initiative, and targeted measures to mitigate risk. Okay. The purpose of safety control measures aim to create a safer environment within the motorcycle lane, providing a foundation for implementing strategic intervention to improve road safety and enhance the riding experience for motorcyclists. Okay, thank you. That's all. Thank you.
Berkenaan dengan HIRAC ini, ke mana perginya kemudiannya laporan HIRAC ini? Adakah dimajukan ke BKE ataupun end up dalam paper saja?
Okay, sebenarnya terima kasih Cik Wan, lupa nak alu-alukan apa ni kursi majlis. Okay, Cik Wan, actually student saya ni, student saya apa nama Azharuddin, dia pun adalah staff BKE sebenarnya masa dia study leave kan. Jadi memang dia report yang biasa ni memang saya minta dia buat dua lah yang hard copy kan. Jadi satu untuk pihak BKE lah. Cuma sekarang ni bila saya contact dia, rupanya dia dah pindah, dia dah tak kerja kat BKE, dia dah pindah ke LLM Kajang sebenarnya. Tapi hopefully lah. Sebenarnya memang amanat saya suruh hantar dekat BKE sana dah. Hopefully adalah tindakan susulan kan.
So
Terima
dia
kasih.
memang dia buat persorangan ya ini kan. Dia
Dia pergi site, dia ada bawa ni lah staff BKI lah sebab.
staff BKI.
Dia staff BKI lah, dia pergi sana, dia pergi ada bawa
Biasanya
staff.
kalau ada staff tu meaning that they have their own record lah. Hopefully they have their own record lah. Okay, any more question? If there is no question, I would like to thank Mr. Marakib, Tuan Marakib for the presentation. Next, the fifth paper, demographic profile of riders at risk of committing accidents, a case study of Pulau Pinang, Malaysia, authors Amberin Khan and Dr. Lily Suryanti from USM, HBPNP. Any representative for this paper? Or we will any video provided for this paper, Mr. Felix? Oh no, Dr. Lilis tak ada ya. Malam dia ada. So can we proceed with the next? If there is no representative for this paper, the fifth paper, so we proceed with the sixth paper, evaluation of traffic performance due to closing access to private vehicles on Pintu Besar Selatan Street for mass transportation. Case study, Pancoran Street, West Jakarta Administrative City. Authors, Fadila Azhari, Zainal Arifin and Muhammad Isradi from Universitas Mercu Buana. I would like to welcome the presenter.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning. First of all, I would like to extend my greetings to the esteemed lecturer from University Tun Hussein of Malaysia, esteemed Mr. Malaysia, and the audience who have joined the 16th Malaysian University Transport Research Forum Conference. My name is Fadila Zari, a student majoring in civil engineering at Mercu Buana University, will present the result of my research entitled Evaluation of Traffic Performance due to closed access to private vehicles on Pintu Besar Selatan Street for mass transportation, case study Pancoran Street, West Jakarta Administrative City. In addition, this morning presentation will be organized as follows: first, introduction; second, methodology; third, result and discussion; and fourth, conclusion. To reduce traffic congestion and air quality problems in the Kota Tua area of Jakarta, Provincial Transportation Agency DKI Jakarta has implemented traffic diversion around the Kota Tua area as a government effort to solve urban traffic problems. The traffic diversion has been implemented since the implementation of the low emission zone in the Kota Tua area. As a follow-up program to reduce congestion and air quality problems, the Provincial Transportation Agency DKI Jakarta has implemented the traffic diversion for Pintu Besar Selatan Street by limiting the number of vehicles that can pass through the route. Private vehicles heading to the Kota Tua area will be diverted via Pancoran Street, and only Transjakarta buses will be allowed to use Pintu Besar Selatan Street. The government plays an important role in setting the policy for the expansion of the LAT. Pancoran Street is a commercial area with access to Glodok Market, Pancoran Chinatown Point Mall, shops, and has on-street parking. The implementation of the policy of using Pancoran Street as the main route due to the future resulted in increased traffic congestion and air pollution in the area. Therefore, it is necessary to evaluate the traffic performance of Pancoran Street in terms of the factor that affect the level of service and the route section as an effort to reduce the level of congestion and air quality problem in the area. Furthermore, with this research, it is hoped that it can increase the efficiency of traffic movement with a high level of accessibility. And next, methodology. This location of this research was Pancoran Street, Kota Tua area, was Jakarta City, DKI Jakarta province with a route length of 3,000 meters and one direction. There is on-street parking on the south side of the street. Which focused on Pancoran Street, and the data collection was conducted on Wednesday, May 8, 2024, at hours representing morning rush hour from 6 to 9, afternoon rush hour from 11 to 13, and evening rush hour from 16 to 21, and for parking data from 8 to 18. The required data collection includes primary data collection in the form of road section and roadside parking inventory survey, classified traffic volume survey, travel speed survey, and site obstacle survey and parking patrol survey. And next, result and discussion. Based on the result of the field survey, the Pancoran Street section in area with land use characteristic in the form of commercial buildings, such as office and stores. Based on the survey result at the research site, it was determined that Pancoran Street is a two-lane, one-way street type separated by median, and each lane is 3.5 meters wide. For existing traffic volume condition, in order to determine the traffic characteristic, a traffic census was conducted during peak hours on weekdays, and the observations were divided into lanes, namely in the south lane 1 and the north lane 2. Based on the result of the analysis, the highest volume is found in Pancoran route lane 2, which is 1,134.45 PCU per hour. And next, traffic volume result of the VISIM transportation model. The traffic volume output from the VISIM software processing is in the form of hourly vehicle volumes, which are then manually distributed using the proportion of vehicles from the peak hour traffic census result to determine the value of the PCU per hour volume. Based on the result of the analysis, the highest volume is found on Pancoran route, lane 2, which is 1,134.45 PCU per hour. And next, transport model validation using Chi-square hypothesis test. The purpose of model validation to test whether the model results obtained are significantly different from the survey results so that the model can be accepted. The Chi-square hypothesis test is a hypothesis test used in the study to test whether two variables are aligned and independent in influencing the test statistic. In this research, the variables used are the traffic volume for the survey and the traffic volume from the traffic model using CTV-VISIM. From the analysis, HO is accepted because X2 count less than 3.84, which has a value of 3.61, and the data from the model is accepted and can be used for further data analysis. And next, road capacity. Based on the analyzed, Pancoran lane 1 and lane 2 have the same capacity of 1,496 PTU per hour. And for speed and density, based on the result of the analysis, the highest density occurs on Pancoran Street Link 1 with 42.4 PTO per kilometers. The grid saturation, level of circuit, and road network performance. From the analysis result, both lanes have a level of service value of T with an average performance delay value of 20.92 seconds, and the lowest network speed on weekdays is 18.9 km per hour. And next, for parking characteristic analysis, a static survey and a dynamic survey were conducted to determine the existing roadside parking conditions on the north side of Pancoran Street. The parking patrol survey was conducted over a period of 15 minutes for 10 hours, starting from 8 to 18. Next, parking geometric data. According to the survey result, two locations are allowed to roadside parking. Based on the survey result as the research said, there are two locations that are allowed for street parking with different parking angle position, namely corner 0° and corner 60°. Parking index. From the analyzed result, the highest parking index occurred at the 0 degrees corner parking location with 100%. And for parking turnover, from the analyzed result, the highest parking turnover rate occurred at the 0 degrees corner parking location with 6.85 times. And next, for number of parking spaces required, from the analyzed result, the parking space required from the 0 degrees corner parking location is 18 PSU, and the 60 degrees corner parking location is 29 PSU. And next, forecasting condition plain year. The traffic forecasting in the target year is needed to analyze the traffic management that will be or has been implemented. Will the aim of knowing whether of traffic performance solution that has been made can still be applied in the next few years. In this study, a short-term planning is carried out that is next year in the year 2029. The result of the analysis show that over the next 5-year, degree of saturation, fall of service, and average delay will increase while network speed will decrease. Next, alternative solution to traffic performance problems. Alternative condition for the yes, thank you. Alternative condition for the year 2029 on Pancoran Street. Based on the result of the analysis, Pancoran Street has improved traffic performance for both lanes after scenario, with the degrees of saturation, level of service, and average delay decreasing, and the network speed increasing. And conclusion. Based on the result of the traffic performance analysis on Pancoran Street Lane 1 and Lane 2 under existing condition with a saturation value of 0.75 and 0.76 a level of service for C both lanes and average delay of 20.92 seconds and road network speed of 1,809 km per hour. Based on the result of the parking analysis of in Pancoran Street as follows, the parking index of Pancoran Street at 0 degrees corner parking is 100% and the parking turnover rate is 6.85 times. Based on the result of the analysis of traffic performance of Pancoran Street in plain year 2029 by implementing alternative solution in the form of odd-even implementation and off-street parking, it affects the traffic performance of Pancoran Street, which has improved significantly by reducing the level of service. Value was originally D for Pancoran Street Lane 1 and Lane 2 to C in Lane 1 and B in Lane 2 and D in Lane 2, reducing the average delay from 21.303 seconds originally to 1.95 seconds and increasing the network speed from 15.89 km/h originally to 34.33 km/h, and the total number of street parking space required is 52 PSU. That's all from me. Okay, that brings us to the end. I want to apologize if there is a mistake. Thank you so much for your time and attention. Thank you.
Fadila, I open up for the question. I think there's one question from Dr. Nusdi Hazlin. What is the method used for parking data collection, and what is the growth rate used in the future forecasting analysis?
Okay. For parking analyze, I'm use sorry, can for parking analyze, I use a module from the Directorate General of Land Transportation, Parking Facilities Planning and Operation Guidelines 1998 module from Directorate. Sorry. Yes.
That's right, to collect the parking data. So I just wonder, because this is on-site parking, isn't it? Do you understand what I'm asking?
Wait a minute.
It stated the method used, but never mind. Normally, okay. But what is about the growth rate that you use in the forecasting analysis? How many percent? What are the growth rate that you use? Is it volume or what parameters? Traffic volume. Okay.
Traffic volume. Sorry, can I open my data? Oh, siap. Sebelumnya mohon maaf, saya agak panik. Untuk tingkat pertumbuhan, saya menggunakan tingkat pertumbuhan kendaraan yang ada di Jakarta berdasarkan data Samsat di Telantas Polda Metro Jaya sebesar untuk tingkat pertumbuhannya sebesar 0,019 rata-rata dari 5 tahun terakhir.
0,019
Atau
so 0.02.
Sorry,
0.09.
Sorry, 1.9%.
1.9%. Okay,
Yes.
alright. Okay. Because sebab dia berbeza kan dekat sini kan most time to 3 to 5%. So you are 1.9%. Okay, thank you then.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah. You're welcome.
Lain. Tadi the shoulder width tu 5.4 meter. Itu bahu jalan termasuk dengan parking ke apa?
Iya,
Yeah, oh, okay.
termasuk
Because the lane width is 3.5, then the shoulder is very wide, 5.4. What ada apa dia punya sekitar sekitar itu ada apa ya panggil apa? Guna tanah, yes, land use, guna tanah di situ. Ada apa di situ yang menyebabkan orang parking di situ?
di situ merupakan areal pasar, pertokoan, store, mall, cafe, dan beberapa office.
So only for short term parker lah untuk parking. Yeah, okay, right.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Very interesting study.
Thank you.
Okay, any more questions from the floor? The Tarikh, any more questions? Okay, if there is no question, I would like to thank Ms. Fadila for your presentation. Next, welcome for the seventh paper case study, a study on e-hailing and demand responsive transit DRT services as first last mile mode in precinct 11 Putrajaya. I would like to welcome the presenter. Or I'm going to run the video. Okay, video. The author is Kak Kyung Chin. P7, and presenter for P7.
Yeah, yes.
Okay. Presenting. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Very good. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Dan selamat pagi kepada semua, dan terutamanya terima kasih kepada Dr. Irwan dan organisers for allowing me to still present. This is me sharing a bit of what we have been doing in Pulau Pinang. It is a part of a bigger project that has started since 2020, still ongoing, inshallah, until 2026, and going to be ongoing, but this is just to share some of our observation. So this is actually looking at demographic profiles and risk perception of riders that commute to work using motorcycles specifically. It's actually a case study in Pulau Pinang, especially among employees in Batu Kawan, Pulau Pinang. So the problem starts with, because I know that there are a few international presenters here, so maybe it's helpful to actually elaborate a little bit about traffic fatalities and traffic accident in the country. So you can see here in the yellow bar chart here representing Malaysian accident, number of accident, total absolute numbers. But the line chart there, the red one and the gray one, representing fatalities among motorcycle users in Malaysia. The red one is actually showing the motorcycle fatalities on the road in Malaysia. That's the national rate. And in 2023, we reported the highest ever fatalities in percentages that has been seen by the country, almost decades. Then when we look at the grey line there, it is actually representing Penang motorcycle fatalities. And actually Penang, as compared to the other rate that I have for Malacca, for instance, and Selangor, we are still the highest. The other two states, for instance, which I have data on, almost following Malaysian rate. So, and then why am I looking at employees? Simply because of this problem. On my right now, I'm showing you the SOCSO, commuting accident involving employees only. SOCSO is our social security agency that captures data among workers, and they actually monitor the fatalities. I cannot see my, hold on, fatalities involving employees on the road. So the blue bar there represent the number of accident involving employees on the road, coming and coming back, going and coming back from work. And then the line chart there, similarly to the graph earlier, it is actually presenting fatalities involving employees, the yellow line there on the road. And then the blue there is in the industry. So industrial accident is almost 3 times less of fatalities reported over the years as compared to traffic accident involving employees. And actually SOCSO has also come up with a statement where it says 2 out of the 3 accidents on the road happening in the morning will involve employees. So despite of the many initiatives that we have done and we are still doing, road accidents continue to rise. Why are we looking at motorcycle? Simply because of this. Most of the fatalities that we see in Malaysia involves motorcycle riders. And if we look at, this is the accident fatalities on the road among the different road users in Penang. In the last 2 years, you can see that the number is high. So what we're saying is, if we can actually address the problem with regard to motorcycle fatalities on the road, we will actually address the road safety problem in Malaysia. So what we did was, we have this objective for creating a safe commuting for motorcyclists, and we focus our attention to young riders and riding small CC motorbike, because these are the risk group for fatalities among motorcycle riders. Then we did a baseline data. We capture the pre and post data of accident, and we work with a group of industries, and to 2024, we have about 13 companies in the same industrial park that actually help us in terms of monitoring their accident and sending out their workers that ride motorcycle in this risk group to our riding training. And Bonsi Honda and USM work together to actually do intervention, and one of it is safety riding training, because we believe that safety riding education is important in curbing accident rate. And finally, we also work with the different road operators and those with the state to actually have a holistic intervention on curbing this accident rate. And finally, we continuously monitor the progress. So this is how the project was done, but we are only going to look at what we actually took from the survey during the safety riding training that we conducted among employees. So when we analyze the number, the people who attended our safety riding trainings, most of them are male. Yeah? And this is actually conforming to the number of traffic motorcycle fatalities, which involve more male than female. Yeah? And only a quarter of the trainees were actually 29 years and below. Okay, so these were the demographic of the motorcycle riders. Majority of the trainees reported that they have had an accident, yeah, but their perception towards danger are also high. So we just divide the perception towards danger in the middle, 50% and above. So we had higher, those a lot of these trainees have higher perception towards danger. And 77% of these workers are actually earning, quite high. And we didn't actually tell them, these are some of maybe the limitation. We didn't actually specify whether they should report to us the basic salary or their, their take-home salary, which includes allowances. That will actually give them a very, high salary. So most of these rider ride small cc motorcycle, yeah, and most of them actually ride between 1 to 2 hours per day. But there are quite a number of them that actually travels, yeah, that reported that they had actually travel for more than 2 hours. Okay, so almost half of quite a number that actually travel more than 2 hours a day. And then the number of participants that travel, only, a small portion of them actually travel. Which just please just focus on the blue line. I made a mistake here. I shouldn't have actually included the orange line here. Sorry for that mistake. But the blue line there shows that just, most of them are traveling quite a distance. 30 kilometer is basically from the Penang Island to the Batu Kawan Industrial Park. 30 kilometer, one way. Now, license tenure, most of the participants have license tenure of more than 6 years. Yeah, their riding experience, quite a number of them actually have quite a good riding experience. Yeah, and the start riding age. And we also was interested with the start riding age, and quite a lot of them actually reported they only start riding after the legal license age of 16 years. Okay, that's we need to, I think it's good to actually understand the demographic profiles of the motorcycle riders. So thank you. That will be all, Dr. Irwan.
Any question from the floor? Very interesting study. Okay.
Salam.
Very interesting studies about the motorcyclists in Penang. And then the findings is good as well, because it taking into account the travel distance. We have very length travel distance just to go to work. That should be highlighted, I think, in Malaysia. We do have those problems in Malaysia. I agree with that. But I wonder about the risk, danger, the question on that. What do you mean by those? What is the definition of the perceived risk? What kind of risk is that?
It's actually very good. Actually, it was just a simple one statement. For this analysis, it is only a one statement question on the risk perception. We do actually, in reality, we do have the risk riding behavior question from past studies validated measurement, but we didn't share it here. But on that, we just asked them, what is the likelihood of them being involved in an accident from 0% to 100%. So they just actually report to us. Just we ask them to just circle the probability of them involved in accident, taking into account the background of their travel. That means the length of the travel. Do they actually felt that, personally, we are assuming that if they have traveled very far, they would felt that the risk is higher. So that's what we wanted to analyze later, whether the distance of travel has a relationship to, risk perception. I think that's what we wanted to find out, because we know those who perceive, there are studies that shows, because we believe that those who perceive danger would act safer. They will display safer road behaviors. That's what we are assuming. So it was just a simple one statement, Dr. Azlin.
I see. It could be in the future, maybe we can just more focusing on what are the risk danger that we mean here is much more interesting perhaps. But thank you for the explanation.
Just to share kan, kalau yang risk tu at the same time, actually we did ask them, a colleague of mine actually, we capture also the data of hazards along the way to work. We capture more hazards. We ask them what are the hazards that they think is would probably cause them an accident. So we also actually ask them the different hazards that they encounter on their travel to work. We just go to work. We didn't ask coming back, because my take on that, most of the accident happen on the way to work. So therefore, our data also says that among of our motorcycle riders. Therefore, we capture on that. We did, but we didn't actually. I don't see the connect. I not see, but I don't see how am I to analyze yet now. We haven't. We analyze it separately, but we did. If anyone here interested with the data and want to work with the team, I am actually inviting for you to actually have a look at our data and for us to share more of what we have. Maybe we can unveil more understanding of this road safety issue.
That will be great. So I may email you in the future, I think. I would like to see the data if
this is the reason why we are sharing it here.
Thank you.
That's
Thank you
the
very
objective.
much.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Very unique. I take the work from late Professor Radin Umar, my mentor. I studied with him. He just say, don't follow any reference guideline from others. We are unique. So we have to come up with ourselves, our approach. We are unique. We are not the other countries. So don't rely with their system, with their approach. We have to go comprehensively. We learn from experience, then we can solve for our own problem. Their problem, they are solved by their own way. Our problem, we solve by our own way. That is my point. Thank you.
Thank you. I like hearing that, because I think that means we are all in the same line of thinking. So if we can work together, maybe, I'm inviting anybody, because I think I have so much data and I'm willing to actually collect on behalf of others. If others have an idea of how to actually understand, more about our motorcycle riders, and what could actually prevent future accident. So I welcome any thoughts, and I welcome the collaboration. If anyone is interested, yeah, Dr. Kamarudin, I think the team has the same motivation, and that is what we are trying to prove here. Yes.
Yeah, I think we are a legacy from Prof. Umar and like Dr. Pulan as well, Lau Tek Hua as well, late Prof. Hussein from UPN as well, and so now NC UPN from Dr. Farhan. So we're concerned about safety for motorcycle user in Malaysia. So we have to carry this legacy, insyaAllah.
Betul. I'm driven by Prof Farhan juga. Actually, Prof Farhan is guiding, is giving a lot of guidance to the team. Yes. Thank you,
Terima kasih, Dr.
everyone.
Lily.
Thank you for allowing me still
Yeah,
to
no
present.
problem. So if there any question, I would like to thank you, Dr. Lily, for the presentation. And for P7, paper 7, is there any presenters for this paper? Study of hailing and demand responsive transit. Okay, good. Please welcome.
Okay. Okay, good morning, everyone. Okay, I'm Mr. Gan. I'm from Perunding Auto Traffic. Okay, so this is a case study for the e-hailing and the demand responsive transit services as the first last mile mode at the precinct 11 Putrajaya. So, okay, let me brief about what is e-hailing and DRT. So I think most of us know what is the e-hailing services. So some of the example are the Grab, AirAsia, and the Maxim. For DRT, in Malaysia, we have the Kumpul and the Mobi. So what the differences between the DRT and the e-hailing is, DRT is the ride sharing. So in one trip, there are more than one passengers can get in the vehicles, whereas the Grab and the e-hailing are only one passenger at a time. Okay. So for our study area, we focus on the precinct 11 at Putrajaya. Precinct 11 is the area with high density residential. So and precinct 11 is 3 kilometers away from the Putrajaya Central. The Putrajaya Central is the main transportation hub at the Putrajaya, from Putrajaya to other locations such as Selangor and Kuala Lumpur. And precinct 11 is the potential area for the expansion of the DRT service. So on the left side, you can see that this is the area for the precinct 11, and most of the residential area we highlighted in the yellow and the green color. The yellow color is the semi-D houses, and the green color are the terrace, and there are also the orange color, which is the condominium. So you can see that there are a lot of the residential area at precinct 11. So that's the reason that we select precinct 11 as our DRT services. So we would like to identify whether precinct 11 is a location that we could serve DRT services or not. So to identify the travel patterns on the precinct 11, so we had done the questionnaire survey. So we did the questionnaire survey at precinct 11 community center and the Putrajaya center. So most of the residents at precinct 11, they will go to the community center for their daily activities, such as the leisure activities, or they go in there for the meals. So there are a lot of the food stalls, the badminton courts, there are kindergartens, and there are swimming pool as well at the community center. So that is the reason we choose precinct 11 community center as our survey location. So we collected 412 respondents from our survey. And basically the questionnaire survey is divided into 4 sections. The first one is the demographic and socioeconomic details of the respondents, such as the age, the gender, and their personal income. The second one is travel behavior of the non-e-hailing user. The third section is the travel behavior and the trip purpose of e-hailing users. And the last one is the respondent satisfaction level on current e-hailing services. In this study, we have 3 research questions. The first one is, what are the reasons of the Putrajaya citizens' decision to use e-hailing as their transportation mode? And what is their satisfaction level on current e-hailing service? The second research question is, what is the trip purpose of using e-hailing services and the demand time period of the Putrajaya residents? The third research question is, what are the improvements on current e-hailing services among the non-e-hailing respondents? And are they going to use the e-hailing services after the current service is improved? Wait. Okay. So before I discuss about the research question, I could like to show what are the respondents' profile. So among 412 respondents, so majority of them are the male, and 36% of the respondents are aged 25 to 34 years old, and 22% of the respondents has no income, and 56% of them has the income less than 4,000. 54% of the respondents are using the e-hailing service at Putrajaya. So we can conclude that almost half of them are the e-hailing user, and half of them are not using e-hailing. So this is the travel mode of all the respondents. So we can see that 67% of the respondents are using private vehicles, which is the combination of the car and the motorcycle. 60% of the respondents are use public transportation mode with rail and bus as their main transportation mode. So we can see that in the precinct 11, so 67% of them are using private vehicles. So this precinct 11 area are most of them are using private vehicles. Only 50% are using public transportation mode. Okay, so our first research question is, what are the reasons of the Putrajaya citizen using e-hailing, and what is their satisfaction level on e-hailing service? The top 5 reasons of them are using the e-hailing. They are convenient, are using the car, they are lower cost, they didn't have other transportation mode, and they do not own the vehicles, and e-hailing are safer than other transportations. So most of them are around 40% of them are using e-hailing because e-hailing is more convenient than using their own car. So the reason that we can think of is using the e-hailing service, they no need to find parking, and they no need to drive their cars and stuck in the traffic jam. So this is the e-hailing user service satisfactions. So generally, we can see that most of the respondents are satisfied with all the services. So on the questionnaire survey, we asked about 10 satisfaction level. So they are punctuality, waiting time, journey time, vehicle cleanliness, safety, cost, value of time, driver behavior, car speed range, and the ease of handling methods. So we can, from here, we can see that most of the satisfaction level are higher than around 80%. But among all of these 10 satisfaction level, we can see that e-hailing fares and the waiting time are the least satisfied. Okay, the research question 2 is, what is the trip purpose of using e-hailing services and demand time period of Putrajaya residents? So from the pie chart, we can see that most of the Precinct 11 users, they use e-hailing for working, leisure, retail, and educational or schooling. So these are the top 4 main purpose, which consists of the 78%. And then they are around 10% using e-hailing for daily activities and 7% for medical appointments. So on this part, we focus on the work and the leisure trips to look on what is their commuting hours. The pie chart on the left side shows the commuting hours for the work trips. We can see that there are 30% of them using e-hailing before 7 a.m. and 32% of them are using e-hailing between 7 to 9 a.m. So for the working trips, so the commuters using the e-hailing before 9 a.m. Whereas we find that there's a major time sections, but we can conclude that the most of the e-hailing trips for the leisure trips are between 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. So we can see that the commuting hours, the peak commuting hours for the working trips and the leisure trips are on different time period. Okay, the third research question is, what are the improvement on current e-hailing services among the non-e-hailing respondents? So on this research question 3, we would like to identify what are the factors that we can improve so that the non-e-hailing users, they will use e-hailing services. So first, we identify what are the current travel mode of the non-e-hailing users. We can see that 58% of them are using private car and almost 30% of them are using motorcycles. So these two will sum out as the total 87% of them are using private vehicles and only 7% of them are using public transportation. So among those non-e-hailing users, we will focus on the private vehicle users. Okay, this bar chart shows the priority in choosing the e-hailing services. So there are 5 factors, which are cost, travel time, safety and security, reliability and regularity, and comfort and convenience. So among those non-e-hailing users, the cost, travel time, and safety, so these are the top 3 prioritized factors for them to choosing e-hailing services. So these 3 factors are the that we could like to improve so that those non-e-hailing users, they could use the e-hailing services. Okay. This shows that the e-hailing services improvement feedback from the non-e-hailing service users. So 39% of them are keen on cheaper e-hailing fares. 24% of the respondents are seek for the improved reliability during their e-hailing trips. and 90% of respondents seek for the improvement on safety during their e-hailing trips. So most of the non-e-hailing users, they are not satisfied with the current fares, and they could like to the current e-hailing trips improve their reliability and also improve the safety. Okay, then we also asked those non-e-hailing users about we asked about their willingness to use the e-hailing after the service improvement. So 64% of the respondents are willing to use the e-hailing services with the service enhancement. So we can conclude that after we improve the fares, we improve the reliability and the safety of the e-hailing trips. So 64% of non-e-hailing users are willing to use the e-hailing services. Okay. In conclusion, so the lower fare, short travel time, and the safety during the trips are their main consideration to choose the e-hailing and the DRT as the first last mile transportation mode. And from our study, we know that the DRT service, actually the fare is lower than the e-hailing services, which is DRT services are only 1 to 2 ringgit per trips, which is the current price in the Klang Valley. Whereas for the e-hailing services, which is minimum price per trip is 5 ringgit. Yeah. So the government, especially the Precinct 11 City Council and the DRT service providers should work together to provide a first last mile transportation mode with the high reliability, safety, low fare, and short trip time. Okay, that's all for my presentation. Thank you. Yes.
Whether this study just a preliminary study or just like the end of the study? You just
This is just a case study that we do. Actually, our survey is under the is funded by the MIC.
okay, like as a researcher, so I share my experience. When we conduct the survey, and I don't want to bother about your respondent, even very small. It's okay, still okay. We cannot rely on descriptive analysis only. We have to come up with an inference analysis that is very convincing. And you know what I mean. Descriptive analysis is quite common, just comparing the percentages only. But inference analysis is comprehensive. Then you can make a justification and at the multivariate level as well. So my suggestion, it might be standard because I did a lot of e-hailing studies for p-hailing, e-hailing for services, for food e-hailing as well. So my approach, I'm doing some doing for regression analysis, some doing the shift model analysis. So we can compare what the choice from the user or consumer to consider what the advantages and the need for this so-called e-hailing system. So that will be my suggestion, because we want to get a clear picture, what the push factors and what the stated preference and the choice they use this so-called e-hailing services. That will be my comment. Not really a question, but something to enhance or something to suggest in futures. That's all.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Kamarudin, for your comment. Yeah. the residents at the precinct 11, and also we did the questionnaire at the Putrajaya Central. Yeah, so we asked, okay, we using our phone device to ask the respondents. So we randomly pick up the respondents. Yeah, but we make sure that their trips are at the precinct 11. Yeah.
Oh, so you mean that you did the survey face to face? It's not
Yes. Yeah.
online. I
we
see.
did,
Oh, okay, okay.
because
So
we
from
worry that,
that,
yeah, we worry that if we do the online survey, or we distribute the paper questionnaire, so it might get the accurate respondents, or we get the very low respondents. Yeah. So actually we go to the site to do the survey.
I see. Okay. Did they get any incentive for something? It's very hard for us to, when we approach people, very hard to get the response, right? Especially from the public. So I just
Yeah.
wonder.
No, we do not give incentive. Yeah, that's why we also we also take our hard time to get the respondents. Yeah, but maybe we can get around 15 respondents in one day for one of
I see.
the surveyor. Yeah.
Okay. All right, thank you. That's it.
Okay, thank you.
Any more questions? If there are no more questions, I would like to thank Mr. Gang for your presentations. Okay. Okay. The last presenter is me. So I will make it short and sweet. Okay. Okay, the title for the last presentation is Impact of Scheduled Road Closure to Implement Vehicle-Free Zone in the Malacca World Heritage Site on pedestrian and motorists. So this slide we will have introduction, objective, methodology, results, and concluding remarks. Okay. Since Malacca designation of UNESCO World Heritage Site, tourism has surged, leading to increased road congestion and prompting pedestrianism as an alternative during peak tourist time. So in 2023, the Ministry of Malacca initiated a trial to implement the vehicle-free zone every Saturday evening, affecting key areas such as Jonker Walk, Jalan Bandar Hire, to improve pedestrian experience and manage traffic flow. Okay, this study was carried out to identify the level of suitability based on the perception of the road users and tourists in Bandar Hire, Malacca, and to assess the severity of traffic delays by using travel time measurement, and also to provide recommendation for improvement. So for methodology, we in order to fulfill both the first and the second, the first objective, so we do the questionnaire survey. So we do the pilot study first with 20 respondents, and then we did the Corombak Alpha analysis, got 0.8, I think. So next we do the further study with total of 138 respondents. And then for the second objective, with the travel time measurement, but then it not be comparable actually, because the location, the study location, the route is different during a normal and average day compared to when the road closure is happening. However, we just try to identify or try to determine the time taken for the road users to go from one from one place to another place. The same. Okay. So this is the demographic of the respondents. So we have a variety of respondents from below 19 to above 30, and then somehow equal gender, men and women, and then the race of also, and then we ask people with motorcycle, car, lorry, taxi, and other. Then category also divide to the local tourists, foreign tourists, okay, vendors and others. Okay, these are the first, that one is the first part, part A, and this is part B. Conflict between pedestrian and motor vehicles. The conflict between pedestrian and motor vehicles, okay, you can see in this table. And most respondents agreed with this statement, most of the statement, okay, indicating that the vehicle-free zones were imperative in enhancing the pedestrian experience in the vicinity. As a result, a significant proportion of respondents agreed with the mentioned impact based on the mean mode, median standard deviation values. So next is a part C. Okay. The question is about road closures impact on motor vehicle users. So it was of utmost importance to ascertain whether the user share the same viewpoint and concur on the necessity of ensuring the success of this road closure. So most of them agree with the road closure based on the results of the analysis. And this is the last part. The question is about the propose. We put some suggestion here. The proposed improvement of road closure, and most of them agree with us. For example, free special parking areas outside the closure area should be accompanied road closures. Road closures should be accompanied with the provision of shared mobility rentals such as bicycles. Road closure should be accompanied with the provision of shared mobility rentals such as electric scooter. Road closure should be accompanied with the free transport services such as rickshaw and trams. Local authorities should add poster encouraging active transport, walking and cycling in the surrounding area, and the local authorities should increase business activity within the closed area. And this is the travel time measurement, different route, but just to get a picture how the severity of the impact on the traffic on the route closure. So this is on the normal or average day. The journey time range from 8 to 14 minutes during the second and the fourth trip. The waiting time observed at intersection, the first intersection, were ranging from 0 to 33 seconds. Hence, the recorded travel time range from 485 to 825 seconds, or 8 to 14 minutes, right? The vehicle movement rate or speed during trips prior to reaching intersection 1 has higher compared to after reaching intersection 1. And this figure or this graph is for trip during the road closure. Okay, the shortest and longest journey time is 33 and 41 minutes, 33 seconds. Then the travel times recorded are in the range of 30 to 40 minutes. In conclusion, the first goal have been satisfactorily addressed. The level of suitability of road closures from the perspective of users and tourists at the study location has been identified. The questionnaire results demonstrated that most respondents favored these improvements, and the findings have unveiled that road closures profoundly impacted traffic congestion, especially during the period commonly known as rush hour on Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays. Research on traffic data revealed elevated traffic levels during travel, resulting in journey time of approximately 500 to 800 seconds to reach the intended destination. Additionally, congestion was observed in areas where road closures were prevalent, necessitating drivers to utilize alternate routes provided by the MB, Majlis Bandaraya Melaka Bersejarah. A suggestion for improvement, considering the road closures, it was deemed essential to enhance standby parking options. This measure aimed to minimize disruption to the life of both residents and guests. In areas where designated standby parking lots are not available, it was necessary to establish parallel zones near prominent locations like Jonker Street. It is anticipated that in the future, the findings of this work will assist both researchers and engineers and the PBT, of course, in the field of traffic and highways to enhance traffic management. With that, I will wrap my presentation. Terima kasih. Thank you. I'll let it open for any question. Oh. Okay.
The further study 138 kan?
Yeah.
Kalau tengok demografi kau punya 100 kan? Cuba
Yeah.
ke Rizal.
100 eh?
Bukan Rizal. Rizal.
Oh, this one.
Gender kau.
Sorry. Okay, gender.
Ah,
What is
100.
percentage?
Ha?
Percentage.
Oh, bukan numbers.
Bukan numbers. Percentage.
Okay.
Okay. Sorry.
Ingatkan numbers ni. Kalau numbers semua boleh juga ni. Declare. Dia tak.
Target kita 300.
There is some cases now. Some group they want to declare their gender non-binary kan. Sekarang kena buat questionnaire macam tu. Female, male, non-binary. Pening kepala. Sebab dia dah dominan. Dia macam nak turahikan juga kan non-binary. Tapi still struggle 138
Ya.
Yes,
struggle.
Itulah. Aku punya student pun 150 tu pun okey dia kata. Payah. Okey. Itulah anak-anak.
Face to face, semua face to face punya.
Yalah, sebab keliru sebab dia percentage ni dia nampak macam cantik tapi bila kita tak letak N orang question. Berapa sebenarnya bilangan respondent tu jelah.
Yes.
Tapi tak apalah, ini pun sharing macam ni kan. Tapi kalau masuk jurnal dia orang nak tahu N tu berapa kan, exactly kan. Kalau kita punya respondent not within the recommended value kan. Biasanya kalau kita tak buat model, respondent ni bawah 200 okay. But once you want to make a modeling, perhaps you need more than 250 or 300 kan. Something like that lah kalau nak buat modeling lah. Tapi still okay lah, kita buat modeling pun kan. Ni nak buat security analysis pun. Tak apalah, itu je lah. Okay, go on.
Okay. Thank you. Terima kasih. Ada soalan lagi? Hello. Okay.
So how many tourists in your sample actually? How many of them?
How many tourists?
Because that is a huge claim, right? Sebab termasuk turis kan?
Turis ada, you can see kategori dia ada local tourists.
Oh, ramai juga.
And foreign tourists 30.
So majority of them are tourists, not local people.
No,
right?
Tourists. Yes.
So maybe in the title you should no, cannot. You should emphasize on the tourist perception. Saya rasa lah sebab most of them they are kan, walaupun foreign dengan local, because tourists we know that the local and the tourists they have different perceptions. Tourists only come few days in one area, so their beliefs is different from the local people. So I think you should emphasize on this so that we know that this result is come from the tourist perception. It's not majority. Exactly. Limitation, betul? So I think kena emphasize lah. Itulah. Sebab perception dia pun berbeza. Okay, that is my 2 cents. Thank you.
Thank you, Rosali. Any more questions? Okay, if there, yang ni last paper. Okay. So with that, this is the end of our parallel session. Ada beberapa pengumuman nak baca sini ya. Announcement for Best Paper Award. I would like to announce that one of the paper in our session here is awarded as Best Paper Award, and the award ceremony will be held at 12 p.m. Okay. Before we end this session, some additional info for all presenters and participants. E-certificates and receipt for fees payment will be emailed to you. Please allow 4 to 5 working days for the secretariat email to reach you with the condition that the fees have been fully paid. For those who have not made the fee payments and submitted the camera ready or revision paper, please do so as soon as possible so that we can proceed with the e-certificates, receipts, and publications. E-certificates will be emailed to you after this session ends. For those who have not submitted the camera ready or revision paper, please do so as soon as possible so that we can proceed with the e-certificates and publication. Last but not least, on behalf of the MUTRFC 2024 committee, I would like to thank everyone for gracing our session with your presence. We hope that this session has benefited you, and we wish everyone would be having a fantastic time here in our conference. Okay, once again, thank you, and see you at our next conference. Okay, House of Iconsis 2025. Thank you. Okay, kita ambil gambar ya. Philip. Philip. Okay.
Kak, Aning tolong saya buat yang Zoom.
Apa dia?
Saya
Okay.
saya ambil yang kosong. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Sudah.
Lagi sekali freestyle.
Okay, one more freestyle.
Sekejap
Okay, sekejap. Hold on. Yeah.
Right, freestyle.
3, 2, 1. Okay, so thanks a lot. So we will share in the WhatsApp later. Thank you. So please join us for the closing ceremony later at 12. Yeah. See you all. Bye-bye. Sebelum ni. Ya. Boleh tengok yang dekat schedule tu, dia ada link. Memang sama. Dekat schedule tadi tu, saya share yang boleh saya share lagi ya? Saya share lagi. Okay. Okay, boleh. I share lagi. Boleh.
Ya, terima kasih semua juga. Pukul 12 jumpa ya.
Okay, final schedules are shared. Yeah, thank you.
Koperasi UTHM berhasrat untuk menjadi koperasi unggul dan berdaya saing dalam memperkasakan sosioekonomi keanggotaan koperasi.
Tentang penglibatan KOP UTHM dalam industri makanan dan minuman. Menggunakan jenama secangkir, 3 outlet perniagaan F&B telah diwujudkan, menjual menu-menu masakan Melayu, Barat, pastri dan menyediakan pelbagai minuman panas dan sejuk termasuklah menjual kopi yang dibreu. Kewujudan Akademi Secangkir Ilmu bertepatan dengan peranannya menyokong usaha menghasilkan modal insan yang berkemahiran.
Koperasi UTHM berhasrat untuk menjadi koperasi unggul dan berdaya saing dalam memperkasakan sosioekonomi keanggotaan koperasi.
Tentang penglibatan KOP UTHM dalam industri makanan dan minuman. Menggunakan jenama secangkir, 3 outlet perniagaan F&B telah diwujudkan, menjual menu-menu masakan Melayu, Barat, pastri dan menyediakan pelbagai minuman panas dan sejuk termasuklah menjual kopi yang dibreu. Kewujudan Akademi Secangkir Ilmu bertepatan dengan peranannya menyokong usaha menghasilkan modal insan yang berkemahiran.
Koperasi UTHM berhasrat untuk menjadi koperasi unggul dan berdaya saing dalam memperkasakan sosioekonomi keanggotaan koperasi.
Tentang penglibatan KOP UTHM dalam industri makanan dan minuman. Menggunakan jenama secangkir, 3 outlet perniagaan F&B telah diwujudkan, menjual menu-menu masakan Melayu, Barat, pastri dan menyediakan pelbagai minuman panas dan sejuk termasuklah menjual kopi yang dibreu. Kewujudan Akademi Secangkir Ilmu bertepatan dengan peranannya menyokong usaha menghasilkan modal insan yang berkemahiran.
Koperasi UTHM berhasrat untuk menjadi koperasi unggul dan berdaya saing dalam memperkasakan sosioekonomi keanggotaan koperasi.
Tentang penglibatan KOP UTHM dalam industri makanan dan minuman. Menggunakan jenama secangkir, 3 outlet perniagaan F&B telah diwujudkan, menjual menu-menu masakan Melayu, Barat, pastri dan menyediakan pelbagai minuman panas dan sejuk termasuklah menjual kopi yang dibreu. Kewujudan Akademi Secangkir Ilmu bertepatan dengan peranannya menyokong usaha menghasilkan modal insan yang berkemahiran.
Koperasi UTHM berhasrat untuk menjadi koperasi unggul dan berdaya saing dalam memperkasakan sosioekonomi keanggotaan koperasi.
Tentang penglibatan KOP UTHM dalam industri makanan dan minuman. Menggunakan jenama secangkir, 3 outlet perniagaan F&B telah diwujudkan, menjual menu-menu masakan Melayu, Barat, pastri dan menyediakan pelbagai minuman panas dan sejuk termasuklah menjual kopi yang dibreu. Kewujudan Akademi Secangkir Ilmu bertepatan dengan peranannya menyokong usaha menghasilkan modal insan yang berkemahiran.
Koperasi UTHM berhasrat untuk menjadi koperasi unggul dan berdaya saing dalam memperkasakan sosioekonomi keanggotaan koperasi.
Tentang penglibatan KOP UTHM dalam industri makanan dan minuman. Menggunakan jenama secangkir, 3 outlet perniagaan F&B telah diwujudkan, menjual menu-menu masakan Melayu, Barat, pastri dan menyediakan pelbagai minuman panas dan sejuk termasuklah menjual kopi yang dibreu. Kewujudan Akademi Secangkir Ilmu bertepatan dengan peranannya menyokong usaha menghasilkan modal insan yang berkemahiran.
Koperasi UTHM berhasrat untuk menjadi koperasi unggul dan berdaya saing dalam memperkasakan sosioekonomi keanggotaan koperasi.
Tentang penglibatan Corp UTHM dalam industri makanan dan minuman. Menggunakan jenama secangkir, 3 outlet perniagaan F&B telah diwujudkan, menjual menu-menu masakan Melayu, Barat, pastri dan menyediakan pelbagai minuman panas dan sejuk termasuklah menjual kopi yang dibreu. Kewujudan Akademi Secangkir Ilmu bertepatan dengan peranannya menyokong usaha menghasilkan modal insan yang berkemahiran.
Koperasi UTHM berhasrat untuk menjadi koperasi unggul dan berdaya saing dalam memperkasakan sosioekonomi keanggotaan koperasi.
Tentang penglibatan Corp UTHM dalam industri makanan dan minuman. Menggunakan jenama secangkir, 3 outlet perniagaan F&B telah diwujudkan, menjual menu-menu masakan Melayu, Barat, pastri dan menyediakan pelbagai minuman panas dan sejuk termasuklah menjual kopi yang dibreu. Kewujudan Akademi Secangkir Ilmu bertepatan dengan peranannya menyokong usaha menghasilkan modal insan yang berkemahiran.
Koperasi UTHM berhasrat untuk menjadi koperasi unggul dan berdaya saing dalam memperkasakan sosioekonomi keanggotaan koperasi.
Tentang penglibatan Corp UTHM dalam industri makanan dan minuman. Menggunakan jenama secangkir, 3 outlet perniagaan F&B telah diwujudkan, menjual menu-menu masakan Melayu, Barat, pastri dan menyediakan pelbagai minuman panas dan sejuk termasuklah menjual kopi yang dibreu. Kewujudan Akademi Secangkir Ilmu bertepatan dengan peranannya menyokong usaha menghasilkan modal insan yang berkemahiran.
Koperasi UTHM berhasrat untuk menjadi koperasi unggul dan berdaya saing dalam memperkasakan sosioekonomi keanggotaan koperasi.
Tentang penglibatan KOP UTHM dalam industri makanan dan minuman. Menggunakan jenama secangkir, 3 outlet perniagaan F&B telah diwujudkan, menjual menu-menu masakan Melayu, Barat, pastri dan menyediakan pelbagai minuman panas dan sejuk termasuklah menjual kopi yang dibreu. Kewujudan Akademi Secangkir Ilmu bertepatan dengan peranannya menyokong usaha menghasilkan modal insan yang berkemahiran.
Koperasi UTHM berhasrat untuk menjadi koperasi unggul dan berdaya saing dalam memperkasakan sosioekonomi keanggotaan koperasi.
Tentang penglibatan KOP UTHM dalam industri makanan dan minuman. Menggunakan jenama secangkir, 3 outlet perniagaan F&B telah diwujudkan, menjual menu-menu masakan Melayu, Barat, pastri dan menyediakan pelbagai minuman panas dan sejuk termasuklah menjual kopi yang dibreu. Kewujudan Akademi Secangkir Ilmu bertepatan dengan peranannya menyokong usaha menghasilkan modal insan yang berkemahiran.
Koperasi UTHM berhasrat untuk menjadi koperasi unggul dan berdaya saing dalam memperkasakan sosioekonomi keanggotaan koperasi.
Tentang penglibatan KOP UTHM dalam industri makanan dan minuman. Menggunakan jenama secangkir, 3 outlet perniagaan F&B telah diwujudkan, menjual menu-menu masakan Melayu, Barat, pastri dan menyediakan pelbagai minuman panas dan sejuk termasuklah menjual kopi yang dibreu. Kewujudan Akademi Secangkir Ilmu bertepatan dengan peranannya menyokong usaha menghasilkan modal insan yang berkemahiran.
Koperasi UTHM berhasrat untuk menjadi koperasi unggul dan berdaya saing dalam memperkasakan sosioekonomi keanggotaan koperasi.
Tentang penglibatan KOP UTHM dalam industri makanan dan minuman. Menggunakan jenama secangkir, 3 outlet perniagaan F&B telah diwujudkan, menjual menu-menu masakan Melayu, Barat, pastri dan menyediakan pelbagai minuman panas dan sejuk termasuklah menjual kopi yang dibreu. Kewujudan Akademi Secangkir Ilmu bertepatan dengan peranannya menyokong usaha menghasilkan modal insan yang berkemahiran.
Koperasi UTHM berhasrat untuk menjadi koperasi unggul dan berdaya saing dalam memperkasakan sosioekonomi keanggotaan koperasi.
Tentang penglibatan KOP UTHM dalam industri makanan dan minuman. Menggunakan jenama secangkir, 3 outlet perniagaan F&B telah diwujudkan, menjual menu-menu masakan Melayu, Barat, pastri dan menyediakan pelbagai minuman panas dan sejuk termasuklah menjual kopi yang dibreu. Kewujudan Akademi Secangkir Ilmu bertepatan dengan peranannya menyokong usaha menghasilkan modal insan yang berkemahiran.
Koperasi UTHM berhasrat untuk menjadi koperasi unggul dan berdaya saing dalam memperkasakan sosioekonomi keanggotaan koperasi.
Tentang penglibatan KOP UTHM dalam industri makanan dan minuman. Menggunakan jenama secangkir, 3 outlet perniagaan F&B telah diwujudkan, menjual menu-menu masakan Melayu, Barat, pastri dan menyediakan pelbagai minuman panas dan sejuk termasuklah menjual kopi yang dibreu. Kewujudan Akademi Secangkir Ilmu bertepatan dengan peranannya menyokong usaha menghasilkan modal insan yang berkemahiran.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh dan salam sejahtera. Selamat datang kembali ke MUTRFC 2024. Sekali lagi anda bersama saya Husna Zakaria selaku pengacara majlis untuk MUTRFC 2024. Para hadirin sekalian, tuan-tuan dan puan-puan, kini kita tiba ke acara kemuncak persidangan iaitu penganugerahan kertas kerja terbaik bagi setiap sesi pembentangan. Anugerah kertas kerja terbaik bagi sesi 1 jatuh kepada kertas kerja yang bertajuk Review on Mechanism and Evaluation Methods of Pavement Skid Resistance oleh penulis Mazlan Rafidah, Muhammad Khairul Afzan, Muhammad Lazi, FM Jakarni, Siti Nur Nakibah Kamaruddin, Muhammad Irfan Syahrin, Muhammad Farhan Zulkifli, Siti Asma Hassan dan Muhammad dan Nakiuddin Muhammad Warid. Tahniah diucapkan. Seterusnya, anugerah kertas kerja terbaik bagi sesi 2 pula jatuh kepada kertas kerja yang bertajuk Case Study, A Study on E-Hailing and Demand Responsive Transit DRT Services as First Last Mile Mode at Persin 11 Putrajaya oleh penulis Ka Keong Chin, Jia Junggan, Chun Wah Yuan, Pavin anak lelaki Ravi, N Tong Su dan Mei Yen Chu. Tahniah diucapkan. Dan yang terakhir sekali bagi sesi yang ketiga pula ialah kertas kerja yang bertajuk Exploring Passenger Loyalty, A Perspective Through Expectancy Theory in Public Transport Usage oleh penulis Husna Zakaria dan Munzilah Mat Rohani. Tahniah diucapkan kepada semua peserta, semua pemenang yang terpilih. Diharapkan semua dapat meneruskan prestasi yang baik ini secara berterusan. Dan untuk pengetahuan semua, Fakulti Kejuruteraan Awam dan Alam Bina Universiti Tun Hussein On Malaysia bakal mengadakan The 8th International Conference on Civil and Environmental Engineering for Sustainability ICONSIS pada tahun hadapan. Semoga kita bertemu lagi di sana. Sekian sahaja daripada kami. Okay. Semua masuk? Boleh masuk? Cepat cik.
Tanya aku. Yang mana depan? Cik Ru kanan. Okey.
Okey.
Okey, ya.
Sekian. Okey, terima kasih. Bye. Okey, sekian sahaja daripada kami pihak MUTRFC 2024 untuk kali ini. Sekian, terima kasih.